Are you looking to figure out how to turn your relationships into hundreds of thousands net in your pocket and do millions of transactions, whether it's buy and hold, fix and flip, wholesaling, being a realtor, or potentially lending, connecting to other people? Well, my name is Justin Pickle, aka Pickell, and I've been able to complete close to 200 transactions in real estate, mainly wholesaling, but have done all of the different types of transactions. And here's my dad.
Hey guys, it's John Pickell here, aka Pickle. Been helping people get out of pickles for decades, and here we are talking about this Mia Bassett, good friend and client of mine that my mom met at a garage sale in 2012. I short sold his house. He's happy there. Found him another house for $290,000. He put $90,000 down that he pulled out of his 401k. It's now worth over $700,000 today. All off paying close attention to where business is. Opportunity knocked. My mom called. I went right over there. There was another agent involved. I won the listing on his house, turned into that deal. I then sold him about 4 to 5 other investment properties.
In what time frame?
It was from 2012 to 2015, 16. I did a lot of the rehab myself on the properties, hired some workers. I sold him one in the University District in Detroit for $25,000. He gave me another $25,000. I put a new kitchen, bathroom in. Stuff was cheap then. I painted the whole place. I probably made like $7,000 on that deal. And don't let him find out, but he'll watch this. But no, he knows. Anyways, sold him that. Sold him another one for $15,000 plus $1,500. I was paid a commission, and that was the first wholesale deal that I was involved in, where the wholesaler made $5,000, and I was looking at the paperwork, and I started looking deeper into wholesaling. And then we had a kind of falling off as I was doing another property for him.
So what year is this?
The falling off, or the what?
The wholesale deal, your first wholesale deal ever.
2015, 2016, but it wasn't my first wholesale deal. It was the first wholesale deal that I was involved with, where there was an assignment, and I made a $1,500 commission.
And how much was the house?
$10,000. Then he put about $50,000 into it, and then I ended up selling it for him on an ovation for $450,000 for 4 houses. So he made about $50,000 on that house. There was one other house in Warren I was working on the floor joists on, where he had given me a deposit of $3,000. The money ran out. Labor guy wanted more money. We ended up at a standstill, and our relationship fell off for about 5 years. He had cut me off, and I wasn't in agreement with him. I felt I was in the right, he felt he was. And then I went to a dentist to get my teeth cleaned, which I ended up not even getting them cleaned. So I knew it was just meant to be that I run into him there, because I was having a little bit of trouble with my flips. And this was 2020, 2021. I had about 15 flips going at one time. Contractors were stealing money and delaying things, and the materials and labor costed more than I expected, because the devil's in the details, and I wasn't precise enough, so that's on me. But by the grace of God, this wonderful man named Mia, 2 days later after running into him, I started asking him for some second loans to help through these houses, and he gave me a $40,000 check, a $30,000 and a $50,000, and we got through all these properties.
So how does someone come about not talking to someone for 5 years? He doesn't like you because he wanted you to pay for something on a floor joist on one of those houses.
Yeah, well,
to actually get him to wire you money 2 days after seeing him 5 years later.
Yeah, that's what's truly amazing, because I really believe it's like the universe kind of doing its work overall, where I made this guy a millionaire. He's a part of it, of course, because he had some money to put down, and he was investing and doing a lot of different things. But I felt I was totally in the right in that floor joist situation. And I feel like the way he circulated back to me and helped me get through a lot of flips, and now he ended up cashing out a motel that I owned for $300,000 that we're still partners on. He just invested in our mobile home park, and he's just right there with us all the way through and through, like a family member, and it's pretty awesome. I'm a Christian, he's a Muslim. And you just never know where God's angels are going to come from, what religion they are, what nationality. He's from Bangladesh. My mom's from the Middle East. My dad's American white. And, basically, it's just you never know. Don't judge a book by its cover. Respect all people, all religions. And God's working things together for the greater good. And I think that's really the reason why things circulated back because I had done so much positive in his life, and he came back. As I said, I never got my teeth cleaned that day, but he just came back into our lives at the right time, and now he's basically a business partner, a family member. And what else you got going on with Mia yourself? Justin's done a few deals with him on his own, one in Louisiana, right?
Yep, I've been able to do my first fix and flip with him, with you, on Ridgebrook, and then I was able to do my first sub 2 deal on my own where I was trying to wrap it, but I had it listed on the market and ended up just finding an investor buyer, and I didn't sell it at a higher interest rate, just kind of like a wholesale, but like bought and resold. So we made about $6,000 there. We split it 50-50 on that. And how much did we pay him on the Ridgebrook deal?
Yeah, the Ridgebrook deal, he came in as a second lender, almost a third lender, and he brought in $30,000. We paid him $3,000 plus 12% interest. So he walked away with about $4,000, and it took about 2 months.
Okay.
So he's definitely happy with that one.
So he got that quick, fast money on my first deal as a fix and flip. So like, how did we secure him on a deal like that, being on second loan constantly on different deals? And like, how can other lenders make sure they're protected on future deals when lending out money?
Yeah, well, there was a time I never really even believed there was second lenders out there until Justin got me into the sub 2 group and Gator community about 3 years ago, and I see it happening everywhere. And then I basically just started believing in it more. And what it comes down to is being able to show true comps, being able to show a true estimate on how much is left on the rehab, showing that there's a good spread on the loan to value, and done deal. That's all that matters.
So what is the most key parts of creating a relationship like this, and how the key things kind of fell apart with Mia and some maybe other lenders that you came across, like that sustain the relationship?
Yeah, sustaining the relationship, it's really always going to come down to results. Is what it's going to come down to. So overall results, if things are delayed, you staying in communication, letting them know what's going on, being transparent, being honest. It's not always going to be perfect. There are things that come up. There's contractors that mess up. They can unplug a sump pump, which they did on our Ridgebrook property. And we didn't know why we had a flood in the basement after all these beautiful floors were in and everything else. So we had about 9 showings going on in one day. And meanwhile, a flood's going on. So I just let the showings happen because I was going to put it in the seller's disclosures anyway. And I knew it was a great house, but it didn't sell at that time. We had to take it off and do some more work, get everything situated, and then we put it back on the market. And we walked away with about $22,000 each at the end of the day. And of course, I made some money on the contracting because I managed that.
And the realtor listing?
I can't remember if I charged on that. I think I might have. I have to look back.
I feel like you charge on everything. So you got paid through the fix and flip, the realtor, and the construction typically when you do a fix and flip. So because you're the general contractor for your subcontractors pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. And then, I remember I also got the guy who was my first lender, he owned a shades company. So I ended up getting a whole set of like $10,000 shades at a discount that he put into another house for me. That was like a little bonus that came along with it. So there's a lot of little different things that can add up and make things better.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
But looking back on that deal that we flipped, our first flip together, definitely I could have wholesaled it for a $20,000 fee. That was only showing it to one person because we didn't want to bring other people in because the lady wasn't going to deal with that. We could have probably wholetailed it and made 40 to 50,000. Looking back, that would have definitely been the route to go for the future. So good lesson learned. Yeah, money was made, but time was eaten up over 3 to 4 months, dealing with the contractors, dealing with the flood, dealing with a lot of things. But we're thankful for everything. There was a lot of lessons. We made money. But at the end of the day, if that could have been wholesaled or wholetailed, that would have allowed a whole lot more time for more wholesale, and more business that is not as much of a time suck.
Yeah, that's for sure. So how do you think like people who are watching this can like potentially get lucky or be prepared enough for when they come across a natural relationship anywhere in the public community? Doesn't have to be a garage sale, but it can be a garage sale. Like how my grandma and your mom found Mia at this garage sale, which led to you getting paid as a realtor, me getting paid as a wholesaler, selling him deals sometimes, him making money as a lender, him owning a house for himself personally, And now we're working on trying to collaborate with his son on projects of AI to help grow his business and his infrastructure.
So to top off, the relationship's getting stronger and deeper, and there's a lot to battle. No relationships are easy. No partnerships are easy, I would say. Number one, it starts with the basic respect and an open mind and not judging a book by its cover. Because could be many guys that look like a bum on the street. I had an investor who walked in a bank one day and told the banker, I'm going to be back tomorrow with 700. He's wearing his slippers and his beach clothes, hair all messed up. She didn't know he was talking about 700,000. Meanwhile, he was laughing about that. But don't judge a book by its cover. Keep an open mind. Even Mr. Pace Morby said it once, there's people that come to his events that are waiting around all night to talk to him. Meanwhile, the guy right next to them has $3 million to loan him.
Yeah.
So
they're asking him, who do you know who can help me out? Well, yeah, there's this guy right over there across the room. He can help you out with this. So you're one person away who can refer you to another person, or you can find this person yourself. In this situation with us, my grandma was the connector to tens of transactions. With
yeah, I got to talk to my mom. When's she going to get a connector fee? It's 20%, bro. What are you paying, 20 or 30% on that?
I haven't done lending
wholesale deals,
but we definitely can pay her on it.
Yeah,
we can talk to her about it.
Dassy the billionaire, you will be getting paid soon, my dear. All right, yeah. So that's the gist of it. I think that tells that story pretty much. Anything else you wanna?
Hopefully, this video was able to be of value to you to understand how the journey of our relationship with a lender and a good friend of ours, where we will continue to build and grow, is of benefit to you. If you're looking to become a connector or learn how to create relationships like this, and where we can collaborate together on these deals, or you can collaborate on your own and figure out how to do it on your own, watch my free course on being a connector right here.
Justin Pickel, PICKELL.com. Simple 1 hour free mini course. If you're somewhat of an introvert, you might not like talking to sellers or agents, we've got a way that you just tag on to other people's deals. Like we're going to talk about in one of our next stories, how we did a few deals with Keeg Lee, and one of them there was 3 wholesalers on one deal, 25,000 or so in assignments, or 8, 7, and 7. So we'll teach you more about that as well.
100%. See you in the next video.